Good morning, students. In the previous lesson, we learned about Chandragupta Maurya, who is regarded as the founder of the Mauryan Empire. Now, let us take a look at this picture. It represents the state of Orissa, which is well known for its rich culture and history. It is known for its temples, national parks, and the famous Odissi dance. But did you know that it also served as a battleground for the Kalinga War? The Kalinga War was fought by Ashoka the Great. Ashoka was the son of Bindusara. His empire stretched from Pakistan and Afghanistan in the west to Nepal and Assam in the east and as far as Karnataka in South India. It also included parts of Kashmir. Patliputra was the capital of his empire. Orissa was known as Kalinga in earlier times. It was a great maritime power. Now, what does the term maritime mean? It means a region that is well connected to the sea. The control of Kalinga was very crucial because it encouraged trade with Southeast Asian countries. Therefore, Ashoka attacked Kalinga, hoping that it would bring a lot of wealth to his kingdom. But the Kalinga War became a turning point in his life. He was filled with guilt and sorrow when he saw bloodshed all around him. He decided to give up violence and spread the message of love. He was deeply influenced by the principles of non-violence preached by the Buddha. Ashoka adopted Buddhism and he devoted his life to the welfare of his people. He therefore adopted the policy of Dhamma as the main principle for ruling his people. The word Dhamma is derived from the Sanskrit word dharma, which means religious and moral duty. Now let us take a look at some of the main principles of Dhamma. They are as follows: non-violence or ahimsa, acceptance of all sects or religious tolerance, obedience to parents and elders, and generosity towards all. Emperor Ashoka was known by the title of Devanam Piyadasi, which means beloved of the gods, and one who regards all with affection. He treated his people as his children. Emperor Ashoka strictly followed the principles of Dhamma. He built stupas, viharas, and chaityas for Buddhist monks. We all know that stupa is a dome shaped structure which contains the relics of Buddha, whereas viharas were the Buddhist monasteries and chaityas were the hall of worship. Ashoka also gave donations to these viharas and chaityas. Ashoka sent learned Buddhist scholars or Dhamma Mahamatras to spread his Dhamma. He sent his daughter and son to spread Buddhism in Sri Lanka. Ashoka's edicts were set up not only to spread Buddhism but also to spread the message about his ideas on society and governance. An example of a stupa built by Ashoka in 3rd century BC. Now let us take a look at the Ashokan edicts. Edicts were royal proclamations or commands. Emperor Ashoka sent his edicts to different parts of the empire where they were engraved on rocks, polished stones, pillars, and caves for the common people to read. These edicts were written in different scripts, and most of them were composed in Prakrit, the language of the common people at that time. They encouraged people to follow the principles of Dhamma and practice ahimsa or non-violence. I hope all of you have understood today's lesson. Thank you and have a good day.